Now by default, integers, decimals, date times, things like that cannot have a null in it, but each data type can hold null if you need it to. In order to do this, you simply add a question mark after that data type. So what this means is that we can then put either a null in or we can put data in. Now string and object are already nullable. However, starting with .NET 6 and higher, you can use the question mark, but there's really no reason to. All right, let's take a look at nullable types. So we'll start out with an int ID, but we're going to add the question mark now. And then you see what Visual Studio does. It tells you that you can now use the null. So we can do that, and that is now perfectly valid. So we could do a console.writeLine and ID, and we should see nothing because console.writeLine doesn't print out anything that is null. Now we could also say default on this as well. But when you do that, what do you think you're going to get? Are you going to get null or are you going to get a 0 because it's a numeric? Because you added the question mark, it's going to give it the null. And this works with all of them. So if I were to do decimal here, okay, it would do the same thing. If I were to do a date time here, okay, it will also do that. So nullable types, the default is always going to be null. So in this lesson, we saw that we can declare variables, and we should declare them one per line. We can assign values at the time of declaration, avoid using that object data type if possible, and you can now take advantage of these nullable types if appropriate. You don't always need to use them, but sometimes they do come in handy. Next up, math, comparison, and logical operators.